Good morning, friends. Welcome to the SAP FICO Interview Topics Part 3. Let's proceed further. So, before I go further in this video, in the previous video, which is Part 2, we had covered ASAP methodology and SAP Activate methodology in detail. Let's move further. As part of this video, we will talk about implementation and support project topics from the interview perspective. Particularly for support project topics, we will go into detail in this particular part of video. But before I move further, I would like to request all of you kindly like this video, share this video in your network, put up your comments if you have any. At the end of this video, I am giving one email ID also. If you have any query, any question, do drop an email to me. I will definitely respond you back on that. But preparation is very much needed. Implementation point of view, that is ASAP methodology and SAP Activate methodology. These two topics we have already seen in very detailed level. Let's move further and delve into the topics. So, what we are going to see as part of SAP implementation project topics, we will see the recommended approaches for SAP implementation, then SAP implementation approaches like waterfall and agile methodologies, and what are the factors which will help us to decide whether to go for waterfall methodology or for agile methodology. That simply means the choice of implementation methods for SAP implementation projects. Let's move further. Now, this slide is very important. Please remember that and keep in mind as well. We have two methodologies, waterfall and agile. Both has all the similar steps as you can see: conception, initiation, analysis, design, construction, testing, and deployment. In agile also exactly similar steps. Now you will ask, where is the difference? What is the difference? The difference is, if you see in the waterfall methodology, that goes all in the sequence without anything going back in return or any left and right kind of activity. It is all sequential and the fixed approach. There is no changes. But if you see in the agile, it has and it can have lot of changes all the way till deployment, right from the beginning conception stage. And agile is all about having more number of iterations and more number of doing the things to make the product, or rather I will say the final product, better and better. That is the ultimate goal of agile methodology, to pick up the issues right at the beginning or as early as possible and do not wait till the deployment. The involvement is always more in case of agile methodology. Let's proceed further. We have one more picture. If you see this again, waterfall versus agile, and in waterfall we have requirements, we have design, we have implementation, testing and maintenance, nothing but go live and support. But in case of agile, if you see, it has some backlog, then you analyze, then you define, design, test and deploy, and this cycle just continues. As long as the project is going on, this cycle will continue moving forward, and it always works by way of something called a sprint basis. And the one sprint can have a length of anything between 2 weeks to 6 weeks time. I have worked into many agile methodologies also, and waterfall methodology also I have seen in quite a few projects. Let's move further. Now let us understand the important differences and important factors which differentiates these two methodologies. So for waterfall approach is a sequential process with distinct phases. Focus is completing each phase before moving on to the next. Benefits: a structured process for developing high quality information systems, and challenges are it has rigid requirements, limited feedback, and many a times unclear communication. While as in agile approach, we have an iterative process with regular feedback cycles. So that means in agile methodology, you get feedback on a very regular basis. Focus is delivering products in the successive cycles with frequent releases. Benefits are faster feedback cycles, improved time to market, and higher customer satisfaction. The challenges could be if you do the poor planning, it can be a problem, scope creep, and overemphasis on the speed. Many a times people try to get it as soon as possible kind of thing, and that can sometimes create some other issues with regard to the quality of implementation, which needs to be taken care of by the PMO team of the any given project where agile methodology is used. Let's move further. This is a big video, so we have to cover up lot of topics. So going little fast, but I hope you all are getting my points which I am trying to explain it to you. Now, how to choose which methodology or which implementation approach will be better for any given project. So, waterfall may be the best when there is no or limited access to a customer to provide constant feedback. As we have seen in the previous slide, in case of agile methodology, we need to have constant feedbacks. We get actually constant feedback. But wherever the constant feedbacks are not possible and where the SAP projects are dispersed team, I mean people are scattered all around the places for a single project, it has a fixed scope and the budget. In all such cases, waterfall methodology will be the best to use and that approach will be applied. Now, agile is more suitable for the larger and the more complex projects where there is an easy access to the customer feedback. Because of the inherent flexibility of the agile approach, it is preferred for projects with constantly changing requirements. That simply means if you have a project where the requirement given by the client is constantly changing, it is better to adopt the agile methodology instead of waterfall methodology to deliver your project to the customer with their satisfaction on time. And remember, agile based projects are more complex. It has more complexity to be delivered, and that is why many people are involved in order to sort out the issue. Moving next. Now from this slide onwards we will talk specifically about SAP support project topics which are very much important from the interview perspective. So dear viewers, dear listeners, please pay attention here onwards at a very deep level. It will be very useful to you. Please pay attention. Now what all things we will see as part of SAP support project topics? Introduction to SAP project, we will see applications used for ticket and incidents handling, category of tickets and their impact, SLA process and its implications, structure of client and SAP support project team, incidents allocation and resolutions, incident status reports and backlogs, how to make the best use of support projects for learning purpose. All these things we are going to cover up as part of this particular part of this video. Moving next. So an SAP support project is a system that tracks and manages the user reported errors and bugs in the SAP system. It is also known as an issue tracking system. Another name is AMS project, also SAP support project is called as. Now, what all important component it has? It categorizes the bugs or the errors or the issues, error messages. There can be so many things. So SAP support project categorizes bugs as low, medium or high severity. You will ask what is meant by low, medium, high. It goes the impact wise. If it has low impact to the customer or the client, then it can have medium or it can have a high severity. High means suppose the payment to a vendor is failed, for example, this will be a high priority issue. This will definitely be a high priority issue. Minimum P2 it will be there for sure. If it is month end, it can have even more higher priority possible. Now improved functionality. SAP support project help to improve the functionality of the SAP system. Many a times new enhancements are brought in after going live, and all these things basically makes the system more useful to the business users, and that's why I said it helps to improve the functionality of the SAP system. Now it also increases the user knowledge. SAP support projects help the business users to learn more about the SAP system. So this is from the introduction of SAP support project perspective. Moving next. Now, working pattern of SAP support project. Users report bugs and errors to the SAP support team. That simply means there will be a team which will be looking after all the issues raised by the business users to the SAP support team. They will take care of it and they will receive the issue and they will resolve the issue as well. The support team then categorizes the bugs based on the severity. So based on the impact that issue or error has, they decide whether it will fall into low, medium or high category, and then support team basically works to fix those errors, issues, bugs, tickets, incidents, whatever you call it as. The name is same, the work process is same. Next, you can ask what is the goal of an SAP support project. The goal of the SAP support project is to improve the functionality of the SAP system and also increase the user knowledge and ensure that the business is running at the optimum level without facing much issue with regard to the SAP system. That is the ultimate goal of the SAP project team, to keep the system up and running, that too without any error. That is the ultimate goal. Let's move further. So now in this slide we will see what all different tools and applications we have by which tickets or incidents can be tracked for resolution purpose and even for the tracking purpose from starting till closure of the issue. It can be used by Solution Manager, BMC Remedy Force, ITSM, ServiceNow. It can be done even via email. I have seen some companies using that email also. It can be done in MS Excel, and this also can be carried out with the help of Jira application. Jira comes from the Atlassian company, and this is also a very good application. And whatever you have seen, I have seen all, and I have used also all with my hand. That means I have hands-on touch base with all these applications. Sometimes in the interview they might ask, tell me what is the application you have used in your support project for handling and tracking the tickets from the starting till the end. So you can say any one of them or maybe couple of them, that will sort out your issue. Moving next, category of tickets and their impact. This is really very important. Please pay attention. So SAP ticket categories refer to a system of classifying support tickets based on the nature of the issue, allowing for efficient routing and handling of problems depending on the module affected like sales, finance or HR, the type of issue, that is for example system error, data inconsistency, configuration problem, and there can be many more stuff, and the priority level which significantly impact how quickly a ticket is addressed and by whom within the support team. Why the categorization of the ticket is important? Because of all these things. If you don't do the proper categorization, then what will happen is it will create lot of other issues, and your client will become unhappy with you because you will not be able to sort out the issue based on their nature and based on their urgency. Remember, urgency matters. If it is month end, all the issues you need to fix it on a very quick around turnaround basis. You should take the shortest possible time to resolve any such issues which is running it at the month end or maybe at the year end as the case may be. Now, issue type categorization. Any issue in SAP system can be majorly categorized into two parts. Either it will be an incident or it will be a service request. You might ask, what is the difference between incident and a service request? Incident or ticket is the one, in that case, anything which is already running smoothly in the SAP system, suddenly for any XYZ reasons it has stopped working. That means if any error is impacting the currently running performance of the system for any reason, it can be into any area, does not matter at all. If it is breaking already the running system, then it is called as a ticket or incident. But when it will become a service request, for example, suppose business user came to you and asking that please create a new GL account for me, please create a new cost center for me, please create a new profit center for me, please do some OK, I need some OKV9 settings. All such kind of requests are called as service requests. All such kind of requests are called as service requests because they are asking to set up something new in the SAP system. An incident is, suppose somebody was able to post F-02 transaction in the SAP system and all of a sudden now he is getting the error of authorization. He is not able to post on. There can be some reasons in the security or any other area for that matter that need to be checked and verified, and accordingly that issue need to be resolved. Such kind of reported errors or bugs are called as your tickets or incidents. Then also it need to be decided what is the priority. It is high priority, medium priority, low priority or useless priority. Why I said useless priority is if it is very low and it is not impacting anything much in the production system, then it is coming under your very low priority as well. That means you can take more time to resolve those kind of issues which are at very low priority category, and all high priority issues need to resolve on as soon as possible basis. So what is the benefit of this categorization? So benefits are faster resolution, improved efficiency, reporting and analysis, and also the work distribution. Remember, it is also the duty of the PMO or the module lead of the each module in the SAP support team to distribute the work or distribute the tickets and workload equally among all the team members. There should not be any discrepancy from that perspective. One should not be overloaded and one should not be left empty handed. It is not good. Let's move further. SLA process and its implications. Now, first thing is what we need to understand is what is SLA. SLA simply means service level agreement. This is basically a contract between SAP supporting team company and the client for which you are going to work to give the support for the SAP system. And in that agreement, then they mention that what all will be the different category of tickets, whether it will be P1, P2, P3, P4, and how that will be resolved, what will be the time frame, how much time will be given for each category of issue to resolve, and there are a lot of other parameters as part of SLA. It is a big contract. If you are going to sign AMS contract with a client, it is actually a big contract having containing lot of terms and conditions. Now, SLA is of two types. SLA basically refers to the timelines used. Timelines used. Okay. We have majorly two type of SLAs. One is called as response SLA and another is called as resolution SLA. Many people don't know even this also, particularly the freshers. So let us understand what is response SLA and what is resolution SLA. In one of the interview which I had given long ago, they have asked me this question. One of them I was aware, another one I was not knowing fully. So I got confused. So I am giving you the answer for both. The response SLA is the SLA or the time limit taken by the SAP support team the moment somebody has sent an email containing an error or issue message to the support team, how much time they take to acknowledge that and inform to the business user that we have received your ticket and we have started working for that, and we will keep you posted as we analyze further this issue. We will get back to you soon as possible. So this acknowledgement of the incident from the time business user has generated the ticket till somebody in the SAP support team acknowledges the ticket and accepts it and inform the business user that boss, we have received your ticket and we are working on the same. Whatever the time lag it takes in between that process in these two steps is what is called as your response SLA. Now coming to the resolution SLA. Resolution SLA is basically your end to end time. I mean from generating the ticket till the closure of the ticket is what is called as your resolution SLA. And this contains somebody has received the ticket. Now they will that person will do the analysis, that person will connect with the business user, discuss on the issue, understand the issue, and then propose the solution. Then that person will do the testing, they will check, verify, everything will be done. Then user will be informed that yes, look at it whether it is sorting out your issue in the quality system or not. After doing all these activities, then finally if it is related to the TR, they will move the changes to the production system via TR by attending the CAB meeting and presenting the changes they have made, and then finally with the due confirmation from the business user, they will close the ticket in the application. So this overall time taken from the acknowledgement till the closure of the ticket is what is called as your resolution SLA. Now P1 are the critical ticket. We have total 4 varieties: P1, P2, P3, P4. In general, some cases you can have P5, P6 also, depends. There is no hard and fast rule that how many levels you will have. It is purely based on the agreement what is being signed between the two parties. And remember, it is a legal contract and abided to be by both the parties. So P1 or critical issue is the issue which impacts a very large section of the system and a very large user base as well, and the impact is very severe in terms of finance. The financial implications will be very high in case of a P1 ticket, and that is why anything between 1 hour to 4 hours is usually what I have seen. You can get the time for your P1 ticket to resolve. You will not get anything more than that. If it is a P1 ticket, within 1 hour to 4 hours usually you need to sort out that issue. Max time is your 4 hours usually. Now coming to the P2 tickets. P2 ticket also is very high priority ticket, but the impact is comparatively lesser than P1. But this also is high priority because this also has implications, and there can be some penalties can be applied in this case also, and that is why it is P2 ticket. Usually these kind of tickets you will get at the month end most of the time. I'm not saying that during the month you will not get anything, but the chances are very less. The P2 tickets are usually come up at the time of month end mostly, or the year end, as the case may be, because that time everything becomes urgent for the business user. They want to get their issues resolved on very quick basis, and that is why they can raise the P2 ticket. Now for P2 usually you can get anything between 8 hours to 24 hours. This will be the normal time frame you will get for a P2 ticket, anything between 8 hours to 24 hours. Now coming to the P3 issue. P3 is a medium priority issue. That means you will get more and more time, anything between 3 days to 5 days time, 3 days to 5 days time to fix P3 issues. And sometimes if it is a service request, it can take little bit more time as well. So it depends on which category of the issue is, but in this case you have enough time. You can take some relax also and still work on that issue and try to sort it out. Coming to the P4, remember P1, P2 and P3 will usually issue in your production system most of the time. But if it is P4, P4 means this issue is having least priority, does not create any uh, differences in the day-to-day activities of the business user, but then it is like a want from the business user. It is not a big issue as such. Sometimes any issue you see it in the quality system, that also is considered as P40. Suppose there is a bug which is running in the quality system, it will become your P4 issue. Many a times for a P4 issue, you will get a very long time, anything between 10 days, 15 days, 20 days kind of thing, timelines you will get. Sometimes even a month also you can get. There is no issue from that perspective. So that is all about the SLA process and its implication. So the categorization of a ticket between P1 to P4 is very important, and this job is being carried out by the help desk team, which most of the SAP support team keeps, and they are the one who always respond to the business users issues as a first level of contact. Moving next, structure of the client and SAP support team. See, remember both sides, whether it is from the client side or from the vendor side who is giving the support to the SAP system. Both will have their team structure. So there will be a project manager in the client side also and the SAP support team side also. You will have SAP module lead and team members in both sides. At least couple of them, at least one lead will be there in the client side for each of the module as well, like SAP FI, SAP CO, SAP PP, and similar way you will have the various team members also. Each team can have uh, two people, three people, sometimes one people also, sometimes 5 7 people also, depending on how many issues in that given module they are getting on a monthly basis. So based on that it is decided that how many people would be needed to sort out those issues. Now you will also have help desk team members, and they can, and then there will be L1, L2 and L3 level of support. And remember this L1, L2, L3 also. L1 is the simple ones, L2 is little bit more complex issues, and L3 will be really very complex issues. And that is how it is called as L1, L2 and L3 support. You will also have some members junior who has anything between 0 to 3 years or 4 years of experience, and then you will also have some senior members, anything between 4 years to 10 years of experience. Also, if there are any changes in the team structure, somebody has resigned from the job, somebody has joined the project newly, or some changes are happening in the client side also from their respective different departments, that need to be communicated to each other. And if there is any changes in the team structure, that needs to be communicated to all the parties. Then communication style used. So how you are going to communicate? You can communicate via various applications like Teams or Slack. There are many more such things, and you can have your video call and other things also. And her communication style is mainly related to oral communication and written communication. How you are going to manage that communication part with regard to the ticket handling, resolution, status update, and so many more stuff. And in each team, everybody usually are not accessible to the client many a times. In I have seen in some projects, so they will decide who is the point of contact. There will be one person who will be the primary contact for a particular given module, and they are the ones they will who will be contacted in case of any urgent issues. If any issues are urgent and business wants to know who is the point of contact to connect to sort out that issue on immediate basis, so somebody is being designated as point of contact into each module in the SAP AMS team, who will act as a first point of contact and respond to the customer on a very quick basis. Many a times one backup is also kept for such kind of people, so that if that person is on leave, client do not suffer because of that reason. So that is how the point of contact in each team in SAP AMS team works. Let's move further. Incidents allocation and resolutions. This is again very important. We have three types of incidents, either it will be high, medium or low. Now, what will be the level of SAP resource? You can be a junior resource, you can be a senior resource, you can also be the module lead. Module lead means there will be one person who will be heading the team. It can be 2 people, it can be 10 people, does not matter. Module lead will head the team, whole team, and everybody will report to him directly. Then, how you will fix the issue? First, you will analyze the issue. You will try to find out the root cause of the issue. And once you find out the root cause of the issue, then you will start solutioning or the how to go about solving those errors or problems. So that is how you will analyze it, and that is how you are going to fix it. Now, ticket resolution. Once your ticket is resolved, you will also have to communicate to the business user by way of sending an email or message him or do whatever you want, but to communicate to him in a manner and then record the same communication in your ticket also, so that tomorrow if somebody will ask you how did you close the issue, you should be able to tell that boss, I have got the confirmation from the business user to close that issue and here is my proof. Then use of help desk by the support team members. The help desk team members are the first point of contact whenever an issue comes, and these people also help the support team to categorize the issue and then assign the issue to the right people who can start working on that issue on immediate basis. Then there is also something called as on-call support. The on-call support basically is related to when the support of the issue is being given over the phone, and this is being done particularly when the support team is not up and running for giving the support, and this is given only for the priority issues. Take example that over the weekend a payment file has not been loaded in the SAP system correctly. and that is creating issues in terms of reporting at the month end, then that will become a high priority issue. And even though it is month end and it is a Sunday, somebody needs to work on that issue and get it sorted out ASAP. To handle such kind of issues during the off time of the SAP support team is what is called as the on-call support. For that, usually people are paid little bit extra to give that extra support in general, and that is how this on-call support works. Even I have also worked for this on-call support for almost 2 years while I was working with various companies. Let's move further. Incident status report and backlogs. See, this incident status reports and backlog informing to the client on a regular basis is actually the job of the PMO or the SAP module lead. They are the ones who does this work for the reporting the status of each of the ticket and the overall backlog status. Backlog means the issues which are old issues and which are yet to be resolved. Reporting must be done correctly. Problem tickets, we also have other categories like problem tickets, backlog tickets. It can be OSS message to SAP, change requests, and so on. Because the ticket category can be literally anything. Now, you also need to discuss with regard to the system refresh activity and the month end and year end activities as part of the SAP support project work. If you are working in a support project work, you should know all these things at a very deep level and at a very detailed level. This is very important. You also need to ensure that the system refresh activity does not have an impact on the issues resolution, and take all the precautionary and preventive steps so that suppose you have created any TR and the system refresh has happened, then your TR will get wiped out from the SAP system. You will have to recreate it once again. So such kind of things need to be handled with the basis team, the clear communication with them in a better way, so that you don't need to repeat the same activity again and again in the SAP system. Apart from that, you also do the planning for the next period, month and year for the AMS project work. If there is any introduction or removal of a team member from the project team, then that also needs to be communicated to all the relevant and important parties. And if any new person has joined, or if a person is leaving that particular project, then some KT sessions are usually planned and it is being executed with under the guidance of a senior member. And that is how usually it happens. So KT sessions are again very important. That gives you an overview of what is this project is all about, what all kind of issues you can expect in the module which you are going to work, and what all kind of errors, backlogs, and other issues are there, how the client is, how their work culture is. So many other important information you get to know only during this KT session, and this is very important from the support project, because if you don't have that, then many a times you will do something wrong for the client, and which is not be good for your overall career perspective as well. Moving next. Now, many people complain that I am working in a support project from last so many years. I am not getting enough opportunities to learn. I am not getting enough opportunity to explore new areas. I have nobody who can help me, guide me, support me, and I am stuck up in my career. I am not able to clear the interview also. My suggestion to all of you is, please don't blame like that. Remember, learning is not the company's responsibility. Learning is particularly your personal responsibility only. Your career is not dependent on the company. Your career must be dependent on your efforts of learning. Remember, learning is always a personal choice. It has nothing to do with the company. Point number two, whatever is the area where you are supposed to explore within your module and other things, please do an exploration and explore as many things as possible in the SAP system. Many a times people get very comfortable in their work after working for few months, and then they don't try to learn something new outside their comfort zone, and that is the problem. And that is why I'm saying exploration into all other areas of in your scope is very important. Then create a good network of the people and the project team members. See, remember, all the issues, all the problems you will not be in a position to resolve on your own. You always need some kind of help, support, guidance, tips, tricks. There are so many things you might need on the way to resolve the issue. So that is why maintaining a good network within the team and across the teams also, and sometimes even outside the work, is very important. Particularly in the SAP field, network plays a very critical and important role. So that helps you into different ways at different point of time. Then you also should have good connect with your seniors, and if you have any doubt, suppose you are a junior team member, one issue has come, you got some doubt, you want to clarify, do not hesitate in asking your query to the senior members. There is no issue in asking. There is literally no issue in asking. Rather, by seeking clarification, they will also understand that you are interested in resolving the issue, you are putting an effort to fix that issue, and that goes in your favor, that you are working as a great consultant, and you are also trying to learn a lot of new things. And one very last thing, whenever you are trying to resolve an issue, please think always logically. Many people do not think logically, and that creates a big problem for them. Sometimes it can go all the way till the termination of the job also, and you can even land into behind the bars. So to avoid that kind of extreme situations in hand, you always need to think logically, and if you have doubt, seek the clarification. There is no harm in asking. Don't think that you know everything. People after working 20 years also cannot claim that they know the whole of SAP. Not possible. So don't try to do anything of that type. Always think logically and then arrive to a solution, and always consult your seniors before approaching to the client. It is again very important. Do not jump to the client directly without doing your analysis or your homework in a better way. Otherwise, this can backfire you and then can create some extra problems for you which you don't want to have in your professional life. Moving next. Now, coming to my personal view on the interview. Each interview is a unique discussion, and always take one interview at a time in your mind. Do not think what happened in the past, do not think what will happen in the future. Always focus in the moment and attend one interview with single mind, one at a time. Then you might be thinking you have the best preparation, but that may not be the perception of the person who is taking your interview. Remember, in the market, getting job is becoming tougher and tougher and tougher. And in order to meet that tougher status and still get the job offer, you need to be the best candidate among so many available in the market. And for that to happen, you need to prepare very well, and you also need to meet the expected level of the interviewer who is taking your interview. Then, regular division and awareness about latest happenings in the SAP industry. This also is a must. Many a times people don't update themselves. Many a times people don't upgrade themselves. Many a times they don't explore about new things at all. This is not good from the SAP perspective at all. Anything new happening in the SAP market or in SAP system, you are supposed to know that. Then learn something new on a daily basis. Make it a habit, make it a practice, make it a part of your life. Ensure that something new you are learning on a daily basis without fail. And remember, the scope of the interview is expanding day by day. It is not getting limited at all, it is rather expanding to a very great length, width, depth, height, whatever you call it as. which is expended. Moving next. Now we have come to the conclusion of this video. Please remember that you need to have the deep level of preparation for the interview. Sometimes if it is project specific interview, then get to know about the project as much as information you can gather and prepare yourself accordingly. Remember always, whenever the JD is given to you, please study the JD in detail, word by word, line by line, and understand everything. And if you, in case of any doubt, please seek clarification from the recruiter who has given you the JD. Then, if you need any help, any kind of guidance, any kind of suggestions, always ask for the help from the seniors. And then finally, what makes you perfect? It is just the practice. So you have to keep on practice and practice and practice and practice. It does not have an end. So practicing will continue as long as you are working with the SAP. Moving next, you can drop your email to the below email ID with any of the query in case you have. I will definitely try to answer your query as soon as possible. So please drop an email if you have any query as such which you want to clarify with me. Moving next, thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly like this video, subscribe this YouTube channel, share this video in your network, share it on WhatsApp, Telegram, wherever you want, no problem. But please share it and let's make everybody ready for the interview, and that is what my ultimate goal is. Anybody from any module, any area, does not matter where which area it is, it applies to all. So please prepare accordingly and move ahead in your professional life. Thank you once again. Wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Have a good day. Bye bye.